Okay, so welcome to the mod guide for my Panther. This is an Air Zone version, which comes from Toys R Us. It's the same exact thing as the Buzzbee version, except it's Toys R Us rebrand 1, and 2, the pump is slightly different. It has a plastic I-beam instead of a circular shaft for the pump, which doesn't allow it to spin. So this is about all you get out of it, which I think makes it more comfortable, and the paint's pretty cool too. The repaint. So basically how you open up this blaster is there are 7 screws on the main body. You don't have to worry about the ones up here, and there are no hidden ones back here or like under any stickers like other blasters. So I'm going to open it up now and I'll show you the internals. Okay, so now your shell basically breaks down into several pieces. There's the back piece, which doesn't really have any screws in it, it just kind of pops right in. There's your main shell, which holds the 7 screws. The trigger goes in there and it comes right out. The only issue you may have is the front piece, which I just snapped right off here because I'm going to be widening it for the coupler anyway, so it didn't really affect me. However, if you didn't want to do that, you could either boil it off to loosen the glue bonds because it's pretty strong in the front. You got your screws and your main internals. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is if you want to plug the pump, I haven't decided if I'm going to do mine yet. What you would do is you would wash this off, and then you could either put hot glue or something else, other type of adhesive, in this hole right here, which is kind of hard to see. But what you could do, and that will stop your overpressure release valve from working, which allows you to put more pressure behind the tank. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting around here-ish, just so I can remove that big air restrictor in there. Then I'm going to be adding my coupler. I haven't decided on CPVC or PVC coupler because I have the 3/4 to 1/2 inch reducing bushing that work very well with these types of tanks, because then it leaves you with no dead space. So I'm going to be debating about those two. However, those are the 2 basic mods that you could do to your Panther to make it. Okay, now what I've done is I've cut straight across to remove the air restrictor about halfway through the second ridge. So how it worked is there was a little bit more of this piece, there was a little lip, and then it went into a smaller tube. So I cut about halfway through the thicker one, and then that left me with this, which has no restrictions in it, which I'll pump it up really quick. How it works is there's no muffled sound anymore and it doesn't drag out. So this is a 3/4 to 1/2 inch reducer bushing, which I've dremelled out the back of it so that it fits kind of snugly over my stock barrel right there, and then I still have to glue and goop that in, and I'm going to plug the pump, which I haven't done yet. So that's going to happen. I've done a little bit of dremeling to the front of the shell to allow me to fit this in, and then that's pretty much all I've done to this Panther, so I'll let you know what I do next, I guess. Okay, now this is my finished product after I put my modified internals back in with my reducer bushing. Basically what I did is I just went on my scroll saw and I just cut off this front piece, and there's 2 little ridges back here that you have to dremel out a little bit. However, it's pretty self-explanatory. But basically I just did this to eliminate all the dremeling that I would need to do on the front. I don't really mind the extra little gaps, but from the side it looks very clean. And I mean, I could always fill in the gaps should I want to with either some Bondo or some epoxy putty. Now, with the plugged pump, it could do up to 15-ish pumps, and then you get quite a lot of power out of it for such a little blaster, which is impressive. I'm using an 8-inch CPVC barrel, which I sanded out the 1/2 inch PVC a little bit just so that it enters and exits the coupler very smoothly. So basically you just give it a couple pumps and then you can fire. I would not recommend plugging the overpressure release valve for this if you intend to use it with stock darts or play HVZ, because the extra pressure tends to just destroy darts if you're using a shorter barrel length. Like for example, this might look like a normal streamline. However, if you look towards the end, it just totally ripped it apart from pressure because this thing is so powerful, and I tried it with a variety of other darts. Here's an Air Zone style dart that it just ripped a hole right through, which it did this for pretty much all the types of darts. that I could find that I had on hand. So I would recommend not plugging that if you intend to use stock darts with this blaster. However, if you intend to use like some slug style step-ins, these ones are kind of falling apart because I haven't made any new ones in a while. However, if you intend to use some slugs, then go for it and plug the overpressure release valve to get that extra oomph. So I'm going to cut to a firing video right now. Okay, now I've only put about 10 pumps into this, however it could take a lot more. 8-inch CPVC barrel loaded with a slug should hit that back door no problem. This is, like I said, wrist height in one of my other videos when I use this angle. Ten pumps, another slug. It's hitting that back door over there no problem, so that's probably about 50 feet. So that just gives you a sense of how powerful this pistol is. No problem. Okay, so final thoughts on the modified Panther are that it makes a great primary for any NIC type war. I wouldn't plug the overpressure release valve if I was going to use it for HVZ. However, I think it would make a great sidearm for that as well, just because of the extremely powerful shot in such a small, compact package. So overall, I think that the Panther is totally worth the $5, and it's very cheap to modify it as well. So I think if you're just getting into modding, this would be a great first blaster for you, because you can get amazing results with just a little bit of work. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching.